Hello, 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 hello,
I call this effect the tenant. Frame yourself in camera and then switch your lens to manual focus. Step out of frame and hit record for the desired length. Step back into frame and record yourself on
hello YouTube. How you doing today? So I'm making this stream because I'm learning how to edit using DaVinci Resolve. I want to do more for the YouTube channel, and in general just obtain a new skill. So I thought the best way is just start from complete noob. All I know how to do is the basic cuts, the maybe add some audio files. I don't even know how to zoom in on DaVinci, but even then, I want to make some videos, and you gotta start somewhere, right? So this is my journey on learning how to edit. This is a 5-hour video. I think this video being 5 hours will make it pretty worth. It'll cover, if not all, most things that I will need to learn DaVinci Resolve, and I'm grateful that you're coming along for the journey. If you're seeing this on YouTube later on, thank you for watching. And if you want to show some support, please, the biggest thing you could do for me is leave it a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you can come back and see future videos, how they turn out, and the overall growth of the channel. For to If you want to do even more than that, which, wow, you're super generous of you, thank you. May your whole God bless your generosity. I do have a Patreon. It's the link on my channel, so you can go there. Thank you. So now let's get started with the tutorial. I don't know how long I'm gonna go today, but here I am. If you're joining live, that would be cool too. I'll have to get my phone to see if you're there. So I'm just gonna start Untitled Project, and then um, 001 because I'm expecting there to be more than one thing that I will have to do, you know, kind of thing. I do have an ultra wide screen, so it's not that big. It's like 42. It's kind of inconvenient, honestly. I wish it was like 32 and like a little bent. That would have been nice, but it is nice. Do play some Forza Horizon every once in a while, and those things. And to play that game, it's still pretty nice. Again, the curved monitor is just on another level. And if you do get curved monitors, I recommend just one 32-inch, because most apps play on 132-inch, and you're gonna have an easier time if you do stream and stuff. If you have a 32-inch, and then if you want even wider, just get to the two 32 inches. But I understand, especially if you're like a sim racer, that you don't like that bar in the middle, that could be annoying. So then the ultra super wide monitors are effective. But even then, like, it's like just play on the 32. You know, you get really immersed in it anyways. So either way, just have fun. So I have DaVinci open. Now let's watch this tutorial from this guy.
I designed this video from the ground up to be the greatest video.
Have some tea here. I hope you have your tea. Mine is mint. I'm drinking tea because I'm doing this at night. If it was in the morning, I would have my cup of joe, cup of coffee. Whenever you're watching this, hope you're having a good day or have a good night.
Video ever created on DaVinci Resolve. This is an entire introduction course. This is a course that we used to charge hundreds of dollars for. We've helped millions of people learn Resolve, and I'm excited for you to learn Resolve too. By the end of this video, you're going to be able to use DaVinci Resolve to start creating the videos that you want to create. Everything from...
I'll leave the link to this video in the description. Actually, let me do this now. If I can. Stream settings. Can I edit? Oh yeah, right here. There you go. So if you want to watch, go ahead. Hope you're following along. Let's continue with the video.
From media management to laying out your clips in the timeline to color grading to compositing to audio mixing, all the way to final delivery so that you can upload your footage to YouTube or output it for whatever purpose you need. We're going to go over all the essential need-to-know stuff, everything about Resolve that you'll need to know to get started. You can download footage and follow along. There's the top link in the description there. And yeah, this is just a massively amazing course that we're giving out for free. Why are we doing that? Well, because at Ground Control, we actually have quite a few courses on DaVinci Resolve, a little bit more advanced stuff, pretty much all of the next steps that you would want to take right after this course. And so if you want to dive a little bit deeper, we're hoping you might buy a course. That said, you can just watch this video and be off to the races, man. You're about to go from somebody who doesn't know anything about Resolve to be...
I really want to be off to the races, you know, and more than just cuts.
Being able to use Resolve to make videos that you want to make, and even make videos that you can charge for and get clients. I absolutely love being able to empower people to be creative, and Resolve is one of the coolest tools available to be able to be creative with digital media. You ready to go? Let's do it. So what do we need to get started here? First thing that you'll need is a good system. Now, you can use Resolve on a pretty basic computer, but once you start getting a little bit deeper, especially into compositing and things that take a little bit more system resources, if you don't have a good graphics card and kind of a good, like a mid-range gaming PC or maybe like a Mac M2 or later, you're probably going to have a hard time. Resolve is really resource hungry, so I want to make sure that if you're following along, you're doing that on a good system, or else it's not going to be very much fun. So that's number one. You got to have a good system, okay? 2, you need a copy of Resolve. Resolve has a free version that's amazing. Pretty much everything I show you in this video, you can do in the free version, okay? I'll let you know if there's a paid version thing. Something that would be helpful in this video is a little bit of knowledge on kind of how video editing works and stuff. It's not totally essential. If you've taken videos with your phone camera and you've kind of scrubbed through a video before, that's a really good start. But learning Resolve is going to be especially easy for you if you've used something like iMovie or CapCut or Premiere or something like that. All of those editing skills transfer nicely into Resolve. The other big thing I'd recommend is that you actually dedicate some time to this. Learning any new skill takes time. And Resolve is a great, big, deep program that can do all kinds of stuff. And it's really easy to feel lost and frustrated, especially when you start looking at the interface like we're going to look at in a few minutes. But I want you to take some time and have some patience. Be kind to yourself, because learning this kind of thing, especially if you're brand new to it, is not easy. That said, I'm going to do my very best to move slowly and to give you just the need to know knowledge in little bite-sized chunks so it doesn't take quite as much time and you don't need quite as much experience. You can use the free version. And a lot of this stuff you can do on a system that maybe isn't the highest spec system ever. Especially the media that we link down below, that should all run on just about any system without lots of trouble. So let's start with the very basics. What the heck is Resolve? Resolve is a piece of video editing software. And what makes it unique is that not only can you do video editing, like in the traditional sense of putting clips together in a story and kind of lining that out and cutting out the parts you don't want and that kind of thing, but it can also do fancy things like adding explosions and lightsabers and
Definitely gonna add an explosion at some point.
Duplicating people and cloning things out, things that you would maybe think of using Photoshop for, but for video. DaVinci Resolve is also really, really great at color correction. And it can also mix audio really well. And
that's an interesting part. I like the idea of color correction, like having a warmer vibe to the videos. I've been seeing some vlog ideas and stuff, and yeah, this is exciting. Let me get back.
And so all of these things kind of come together as sort of a one-stop shop for what we call post-production. That's everything that happens after you shoot. So managing your media, putting it together in a timeline, graphics and effects and all kinds of stuff. That all can happen inside of Resolve. And Resolve is a very high quality program. It's a professional program. This is the kind of app that Hollywood uses, and they use on great big movies and TV shows and all kinds of stuff. Like here on the Blackmagic website, you can see clips from movies that have used Resolve. I mean, from Marvel and from Disney and things that you would see in the theaters. This is the kind of production quality that we can do with Resolve. I mean, it's nuts. So the fact that we have such a high quality piece of software available, in the free version for free is just nuts. And the thing that's really cool about Resolve is it's really like several programs all in one. And they split these different programs up into pages. And so here we can see the kind of different...
I just want to make a quick intermission. So I am like a little bit laid back, but I just remembered I did buy in this nice notebook. It's called Notes, Lists, and Ideas. I got it at Dollar Tree. It's completely empty, and I'm dedicating it just specifically to Resolve, the things I gotta write down. So he was talking about all the cool things about Resolve, movie, free, awesome, And obviously, we all know that. That's why we're using it. So. But I do suggest if you're doing a similar thing or following along here with me, that you also take notes. Physical notes help your mind remember more. And yeah, that's about it. I'll be right back. Gotta get more water and find the pen. Yeah. So also, if you have any tips, suggestions on how to improve, please leave them in the comments down below. Thank you for your help.
Pages in Resolve, and they each have a different job. So there's the cut page and the edit page, which is focused on putting your clips together in a story, on a storyline. We have the color page, which is all about color. We have the fusion page, which does the effects and graphics and things like that. We have the Fairlight page, which is all about audio mixing. And so this is the kind of thing that you would traditionally need to use several different apps for, but it's all built inside of Resolve. And so here we have the pages of Resolve. They're actually represented by these buttons that are down below on the interface of Resolve. So here, if I bring up Resolve, we see these buttons right here. And this is how you switch in between those different apps to do the different parts of your video editing. And there is a lot to go over for every page here. I mean, every page is its own huge monster. And we're going to go over the basics of each of them so that you aren't lost. And you'll be able to use each page, at least in its basic form, by the end of this video. Resolve has a bunch of different effects, and I mean, things that you would think about like Instagram filters. It has stuff like that. It has blurs and film looks and different filters to stylize your video. It has a whole bunch of AI stuff built in. A lot of that is only available in the paid version, but I'll show you a couple really interesting, unique things as we go along. It works with other plugins and all kinds of third-party tools and stuff. There's even specialized hardware that it works with. They have these unique editing keyboards, as well as color grading panels, which are really fun. And I mean, you can just go crazy. You can get this huge mixing board for Fairlight. Look at this, that's nuts. Or you can just use the free version on your laptop. That's the amazing thing about Resolve is it scales to your ability and your needs. You can use the free version on a laptop on a plane, or you can use the paid version with all kinds of hardware in a huge studio. And it's all using the same piece of software with just, little different features. So let's talk about the free version versus the studio version. People always ask me, what's the difference? The long story short is if you are watching this video, you can probably use the free version. I would recommend that you get the free version, you download it, you open it up, and you start making stuff with it. If you get into some corner of Resolve where something is only available in the paid version, it will pop up and tell you. And I always recommend that you only upgrade if you keep running into that. It can do nearly everything I show you in this video. You can work with just about any kind of video. You can even collaborate with other editors online with the free version. You can render up to UHD, so that's a little smaller than 4K. That's like the consumer 4K. It has color grading, it has fusion compositing, it has Fairlight. You can use it for commercial work. There's no demo period, there's no watermark. It's just a ridiculously good deal. It's free. There's no catch. It's just awesome. Now, for the studio version, you do get a bunch of really cool stuff. Most notably, Resolve Effects, which are just a lot more effects to stylize your video, as well as all the AI stuff. There are a lot of new AI features that will do things like sweeten your audio or cut out a person walking across your videos so you can put graphics behind them. And there's a lot of really nice little features that just make Resolve even better. Resolve Studio, you buy it once for $295. It's a smoking deal. There's no subscription. You just buy it for $295 and you get it forever. And so far, they have not been charging for upgrades. It's very possible they'll charge something for upgrades in the future, but even if they do, this is a smoking deal because there are a lot of really cool things in the paid version of Resolve that I would highly recommend getting the paid version for. But again, if you're just starting out, and even if you're not starting out, but you just don't need some of those features, use the free version. It's amazing, and there's just no reason not to do that. So my answer is get the free version and see how it goes. Consider getting the paid version when you have some extra money, or if you need some of the really specific things that Resolve Studio will give you. But the free version is perfect for, 90% of people can totally use the free version. And this is really the reason why we teach Resolve at Ground Control, is because our mission is to encourage and empower creativity. We want people to be able to create the things that they want to make. And right now, DaVinci Resolve is like the greatest tool for that. So I'm really excited that you're looking into it. Let's get into the actual software, shall we? By the way, I'm using DaVinci Resolve 20 for this video. In the future, whether you're using DaVinci Resolve 20 or 20.5 or 21 or whatever comes out next, 99%.
Right now I'm using DaVinci 23, I believe.
Of what we're going over is going to apply perfectly. But if you're on Resolve 21 or something, probably not a big deal. Another thing to mention is that I am using the studio version of Resolve, but everything that I'm going to show you is in the free version, okay? So don't be asking me in the comments, is this all in the free version? Do you even listen? So when you open Resolve, this is the first thing that comes up. Now this panel right here, this is called your project manager. This is how you navigate to your different project files. You can see I have some of these older projects here. Yours might look more like this, and that's totally fine. But here is where we open past projects and make new projects. And all of the projects here, these live in our project library. We can browse our project libraries over here. And by default, you'll be working on your local libraries. Now, what the heck does that mean? So a library is just a database of your projects that lives on your system. It's basically just a folder that has your projects in it. Resolve is kind of picky about where that folder goes. It always wants to have access to just that folder. You can't just put projects willy-nilly all over the landscape. So by default, it's probably on your system drive. You can hit this little I and then click on Open File Location. And so for me, it's under C, Users, KC Documents, Resolve Disk Library. And if you go through a whole bunch of subfolders, you'll find
So let's check where mine is. Oh, I'm on 20 as well. My laptop is on 23. That's weird. Hey. That's weird. Because I've been using my laptop to edit the vlogs. Because I want to be able to do it on the go. So, so that's on 23. But this is going to be on 20. I don't think it's a big deal. Gonna probably have to update and change that. I don't even know how to do that. But let's just press this. Object library. So open file location. My logo C. I guess that's fine. Yeah.
Find all of your projects. Now, I wouldn't worry about this too much. Here's why. The only time you're going to need to open up a project is in Resolve, and Resolve knows where that is. If you want to save a project that's not in that library, maybe you want to save it and give it to somebody else, or you want to save it as a backup or something like this, all you have to do is right-click on your project and go down to Export Project. That will let you save a copy of your project to your desktop or to an external drive or to cloud storage or whatever you want to do. That's going to make a DRP file. That's short for DaVinci Resolve Project. This is a great way to do things, but just know by default, all of your projects live in your library, which is a folder that Resolve knows about on your system. You can have multiple libraries and multiple folders. We'll get into that some other time. Now, you also have network libraries and cloud libraries. A network library is for a studio that has kind of a server and all of that stuff. You probably don't need to worry about that. Cloud libraries are shared projects. These are projects that you can actually share with other editors that have access to your cloud account. And so just like we have this folder on our local library on our system, we can have a folder that lives on the Blackmagic website, basically, that you can all kind of share and access, and it's really slick. If you want a video about that, let me know and we'll talk more about it. But for now, all we really have to do is go down here to where it says New Project, and let's make a new project. And we're going to call this Intro to Resolve. To Resolve, like this. And we'll just say 2025, because that's the year
Mine's is from NOOB to Pro
that I'm recording this. And it's going to ask you for a media location. For now, let's just not worry about that. Let's just leave it at default and hit create. Once you do that, it's going to open up the Resolve interface. This is where we actually have to start doing things. But first, a little tour. Most of this interface, like everything within the red box, is actually going to switch out depending on what page you're on in Resolve. Here we have the pages. And as I click on the different pages, that's going to switch out my interface. And kind of like we were talking about earlier, it switches it to kind of like a different app, but it's not a different app. This is all Resolve, and it all kind of shares the same project, which is really slick. And we'll get into that here in a little bit. But that's the first thing I want you to do is go down here and just switch these pages and get used to switching out that interface. But where we're going to start is this far left page, the media page. All the way over here, click on media for me. And now all of our panels have switched out for the panels for the media page. Now, something to mention here is that this isn't just switching a layout. This is actually switching into kind of a different mode. Even though there are common panels in between the pages, it's not just a different workspace, it's actually like a different mode of creating. So let's start talking about what the heck the media page is. Well, each page has a specific job. The media page's job is to manage media. And so this is a perfect mode to put Resolve in when you don't have any media in your project and you're looking to put some in there. So a little tour of the interface. In the upper left, we have this panel, which is our media storage panel. This is a way to navigate on your system to any media that you want to bring into Resolve. So I'll just navigate to some media here. And once you find the folder up here, then you can actually preview the media just by mousing over any of these thumbnails.
So let's actually download the media that supposedly is included with this. So download media and follow along. Email address, okay. Well, this is my business account, guys. Please don't spam me. I will probably not put this part on YouTube. My name is Mike Diel. That you can know. Congrats, your next instructions are on the way to your inbox. Special offer unlocked on an exclusive course. Tired of the same old motion, graphics, logo, and titles? Stuck within limits of edit page? Discover how Fusion can unlock next level. Yeah, I'm not done with your 5-hour course, dude. I'm gonna go back. And I'm actually gonna, for privacy, just switch to this. I gotta set that up later. Okay, so we're back. It's downloading. It might take a second. You look up here, it's just going. So let's just keep watching the video while that happens.
This is what we call hover scrub, because you hover over this thumbnail and it scrubs the video. That means it just moves that playhead back and forth so you can see what's going on. This is a great way to be able to preview the footage that you have before you bring it into your project. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, even though we're looking at this media here, the media isn't actually imported into the project. We haven't told Resolve to use the media. We're really just kind of using Resolve to go and find it. But we haven't said anything about wanting to edit anything or combine clips together or change them. So in order to change anything or work with this media, we need to import it into Resolve. To do that, real simply, we can just grab a piece of media here from our media storage and drag it down to this panel down here, which is called our media pool. It's going to ask if we want to change the project frame rate. We'll explain this a little bit later. I'll hit change right now. Okay. What that's going to do is put this piece of media down here in the media pool. Anything that's down here in the media pool actually lives in our project. So we've told Resolve that, hey, there is a piece of media called A0054191 blah, 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 and it lives on our system. Here it is. I want to actually work on this. And so we've told Resolve that we're actually going to use this and play with it and work with it and edit it with other videos and all the fun stuff that Resolve does. All the media up here in this panel is not in our project yet. It's just on our system. So as far as Resolve is concerned, it only really knows about this one clip. In fact, I would consider using this panel a little bit optional. It is a nice way to be able to hover scrub and kind of find the media that you want, but you could also just close this media storage and bring things directly into the media pool. You could do that a couple ways. You could right click here and say import media. You could go up to file and go down to import media, or you can just drag media into the media pool from your system. And so here I have a bunch of footage. I can grab any of these and just drag them into the...
For a second there, I thought this was part of the video. So it's done downloading. So we're gonna place it on the desktop. I have a folder for YouTube. What's happening? Is my PC doing stuff? Is it already extracting it? What? Maybe I should have extracted it right here. Just gonna cancel that. Extract it right here. Maybe it was extracting. That's what it was doing. Continue with the video.
Media pool. And again, now it knows about this footage because I put it in the media pool. It lives in the project. So now we have 2 clips that we can work with. What if we had a bunch of clips? So I'll just grab a bunch of this and drag this in here. Now we have a bunch of clips here in the media pool. We have all these clips that we can work with for our movie, but it would actually help to start getting organized here. That's one thing that the media page is really good for, and especially working here in the media pool. You can right click anywhere here in this empty space, and you could go up and say new bin. That makes a little folder inside of the Resolve project where you can put different pieces of media. So we can put whatever piece of media we want here, just anything with the girl, let's say. Great. You just say girl, sure. You can double click and open this, and we have our media here. We also have a list of bins over here on the left, which we can kind of navigate to. And it's kind of a little folder structure here. And so if we have another bin here, we could say wide shots, sure. Let's pick all the wide shots here, put them in wide, sure. And now we have these different bins here. We can organize this. We could also right click here in the bin list and say new bin. That works too. Bin 3, sure. And we can put those into bin 3. We can also drag them like this. There are different views in the media pool. You can zoom these thumbnails in and out with this slider. You can switch it to list view if you want to see a little bit more information about your clips. You can switch this to metadata view, which is kind of a mix of the thumbnail view, and there's also a little bit more data on them. Most of the time I either use the thumbnail view or the list view. And this is really how we get organized when it comes to our media here in Resolve, all about the media pool. So I'm actually going to get rid of all of these just so we have no clips here. And I want you to do this with me. If you downloaded the media to follow along, you should have a folder called Drag These Folders into Media Pool Bin List. Now, this is going to be absolutely shocking.
Okay, so we got our media. Let's delete this one. Now, can I move this to desktop? Yes, it just moved. What? Intro. Okay, so I moved 2 things. Intro to Resolve. Okay, I'm gonna store it in YouTube. In progress video. So this is how I organize my content when I have it. So now we got color, and now we go to my DaVinci, open this, and then we're media right here. I'm gonna grab all these folders, of course, and just drop it. Change. Whoa, that is a lot of content. Why didn't just the folders show up? Oh my goodness. Let's do what he said and delete everything, because I'm not doing that. And create new bin. We're gonna call this color. Cool. And then we're just gonna drop the color stuff here. Nice. And then new bin. We're gonna call this cut. I'm gonna drop cut in here. Nice. New bin. I think it's making. Okay. So I was making it the new bin. That's cool. You can make folders within folders. I mean, it makes sense, but. And this one is gonna be Fairlight. Okay. All right. We're gonna drop the Fairlight stuff, and then since there's a folder inside Fairlight, we're just gonna add a new folder, and we're gonna call it sound effects. And drop the sound effects. Oh man, there was a lot in there. And then now 2 more. Fusion. Should be capitalizing this. Fusion. And then 1 more. Media and edit. Of course. So in the Fusion folder, we're gonna drop everything in Fusion. Let's open. Yeah, it's just. And in the media and edit folder, we're gonna obviously make another folder for audio. But for now, we're just gonna drop the video. New stuff, and then new bin, audio. Yeah, there we go. We have all the files downloaded into DaVinci Resolved, organized, so we can find them. Okay.
But here's what I want you to do. I want you to select all of these folders, and I want you to drag them into the media pool bin list right here, just like this, right under here where it says master, and drop them. That's going to take Resolve a second, and then it's...
Now I kind of feel like maybe you should watch just a little bit longer.
It's going to make bins out of each of those folders.
And now I know though, if I drop the folders to the left, it makes folders. But if I drop the folders right in the bins, it just drops what's in the folders into the bin.
So that's going to be organized just like it is in our Finder or Explorer window in these different folders. If you drag these into the media pool itself and not the bin list, it's just going to throw all of the media in there without the folders. So make sure to drag them here. All right? So now we have all of the media that we're going to use for the rest of this video. And feel free to open up the bins, go through it, and take a look at some of this footage. We have all kinds of fun stuff. We have a production meeting here with multiple cameras. We have footage that we're going to color grade later. We have footage that needs some compositing and some effects. And we have some clips that we're going to edit together into a story in the edit page. Now, I don't want to spend tons and tons of time on this, but I do want to show you a couple little extra things about the media pool. One thing that can be really helpful in the media page is the metadata. Now, over here, we have a metadata panel, which says nothing to inspect right now. But if I select a clip, that's going to show us metadata on this clip. Now, what is that? It's just basically information that is recorded with the clip. We can make this panel bigger by going up here and clicking where it says audio. That's going to close our audio panel here. In fact, any panel in Resolve pretty much has some kind of header like this, usually at the top. And when it's bright white, that panel is open. And when it's gray, it's closed. And so this is how we can open and close different panels in Resolve. And this is common to all of the pages. We're going to be doing a lot of that. So we have our metadata panel open here. And I can see all kinds of information about this, but there's actually even more information. If I go up here to the upper right, this little button right here, I can click this and say all groups. And that gives us just a ton of stuff. Most of this is stuff that we can fill in later. And so if you're the kind of person that really likes to be organized and really, you write notes about stuff and you tag things and you have labels all over your house and you have spreadsheets, this is the best place for you. You can write all kinds of notes about every single thing that you want for your piece of media here. You can write a description, comments, the shot, scene, take, angle, all of this stuff you can do right here in the metadata panel of the media page. It's probably way more detailed than you ever really need to be. But here's what's really cool about that. Let's select this clip 24. I'm just going to double click on this clip 24 here. That'll load it up in this viewer. So if I double click on it, then I don't have to be hover scrubbing it. I can just scrub this up here in the viewer.
That did that. I can leave that. Maybe I'll get one of those things. That's actually pretty fun. The take screen.
Shot 5, take 5.
That's cool.
And what I can do is zoom in by just rolling with the scroll wheel here to this slate.
You can zoom in. Whoa. I hadn't even tried to zoom in.
This is the reason why we shoot with slates, is because then we can easily tell what scene and take a clip is. And we could, if we wanted to, go here into the metadata and kind of record that. So scene 4.5, take 5. So now we have that here in the metadata.
Let's do that too. So metadata. Oh, it's down here. Our groups. So where's the scene thing?
5.
Scene. How come his thing is up
Take
here?
5.
I'm guessing it's the audio.
Take 5.
So scene 4.5. Take 5. Cool. Directions. Who knows? Does it just automatically save? I'm guessing it does.
Because we kind of read it off of here and just typed it in. We can do the same thing for other clips here. Let's find it. So this.
But wouldn't that defeat the purpose of having the clip? Or maybe because you save it here and eventually you cut out that little piece so you know in the timeline, maybe. I don't know.
This is 4.6, 4.6, take 2, 4.7, take 3. And you could go through and tag all of your clips with this. What's neat about this.
I'm not doing that right now. Maybe there's a purpose later, but right now it just seems redundant. And imagine you have your own clips and you have all those clips and you have to write every clip like scene 4.7, take 3, and go on to the next one. I mean, it might be useful if you're working in a group project, but personally, like, you have the whatever that's called, just is what it is.
I can switch this to list view, and I can right click up here in this header, and I can pick any kind of metadata that I want to show. In fact, I'll uncheck a bunch of this stuff because I don't care about most of it. Just uncheck all the stuff I don't.
Wait, why did he click?
And I can, same thing for other clips here. Take your clips with it here in this header.
I guess that this is one way. So you wrote which scene it is. So now you have your videos by scene. So when you're putting in the timeline, you don't put the same scene twice because you got it by the metadata. So it does have a use. I'll actually consider it clip 1, clip 2. But I mean, it's also in the name. Maybe not for him. Is it 80A003? Wouldn't 40 go 54, 46? No. Honestly, it's all messed up. Has its uses. So let's just see how I did that. How he does that. Is this the thing? No. Show all green, blue. Oh, you can color code it too. Okay, but how? Oh, you use a scroll wheel to move. 4.18. Is that the scene? Yeah, 4.18. It sounds very professional, and I have no clue. Hey, at least you just click and it's still here, so it's not that big of a drag. But look, you gotta like scrub through the video, find the thing, then come here. 4.6. Scene 2. Take 2. Another scene. I don't know why the take is important, but let's just write it down as well. Hey, we got it. Scene 4.7. Take 3. I said I didn't want to do this, and look at me doing it. Oh my goodness. 4.8. Take 1. I guess this will be used for my future videos, maybe. Just oh. Okay, so scrubbing it and the thing is pointless. Scene 4.04. Alright, take 5. 55 now. Can I just... Okay. That was useful. Just clicking on the thing. Take 1. Talking to myself. I'm still only streaming to myself. And talking to myself still feels odd. 411. Take 2. Oh, where is the scene? 4.12. Take 2. 4.7. Was this one what? Take 2? So this is a take 3? Okay. 4.12 again. Take 3. Maybe you... so much to learn. Like, I'm just trying to guess why would you need, like, to save the old takes. Like, if you're taking again, it's because the old one didn't work, right? So just delete it, no? Or maybe you take it, the old one did work, but you're trying for a better one, and the better one, like the other ones didn't work, so you just go back to the old one? Maybe. Okay, so metadata complete. Let's see if we can find the button to see the lists. I don't know where he...
So now we have that here in the metadata because we can read it off of here and just type it in. We can do the same thing for other clips here. Let's find it. So this is 4.6. And you could go through and tag all of your clips with this. What's neat about this is I can switch this to list.
Right here, these buttons. Nice. List. Oh my goodness. Metadata. just writing notes.
List view, and I can right click up here in this header, and I can pick any kind of metadata that I want to share in this header, and I can pick.
All right, so customize columns. Oh, all right. So none of that stuff. Default cloud sync, online status data, synced audio, date modified, flags, audio codec, video codec, format, file path, audio, FPS, resolution, type, frames, and I think that's useful. Synced audio. Why synced audio? Okay. So date modified, Monday, May 11th. Audio codec, linear PCM. I don't know what that means. Video codec, H.264. That sounds familiar because of OBS. Supposedly, how I'm actually streaming right now, it does stuff like that. So maybe. Audio channel. Alright, I don't know what that does, but seems to be on 2 FPS 23, resolution 1920 by 800. Alright. Type video audio. Frames. Hey, type is pretty useful. Frames, duration, and start Rio Cloud. So customize synced audio. Flags. What are flags? Something fell to the side. Flags, date modified. I'll leave that there. Just audio codec, video codec. I think this is useful. Format, audio channel. I don't know. FPS, resolution, type, frames, duration, start, real name, cloud sync. Leave that there. So maybe we can find now the metadata. Audio, track. I think that's what he wants us to do. Clip details, proxy, immersive, production, reviewed by, shots and scenes. Oh, this is all metadata. So I'm guessing this is stuff you can just add there. So this is definitely multi-person audio stuff. Yeah, just save that.
Any kind of metadata that I want to show. In fact, I'll uncheck a bunch of this stuff because I don't care about most of it. Just uncheck all the stuff I don't care about, and then just check the stuff I do care about. So for instance, scene, take.
Okay, so I didn't find scene or take. Camera, media, shutter, camera, track, audio track, audio, file, FPS, date modified. Nothing on camera, clip details. Producer, no. auto scene and take. All right. So we got that. What is cloud sync? I still don't know what cloud sync is. Let's take that off. So right now, we're only working with scene and take. All right. And I don't even know which one. Yeah, it does switch when I click take 3. Then this one. All right. Cool, cool.
And then I can organize this by scene and take. And I can quickly see where my scenes and takes are, match that up to my script if I want to, whatever I want to do here. And so this is a really nice way to get organized. I could also right click here and select keyword. And here I could do something like, all right, this is an over the shoulder shot. So we could go into keywords here in my metadata.
Okay, so now we're adding keywords. Probably under here. Keywords. I think this is over the shoulder.
And type OTS, that's short for over the shoulder, just like that. That's going to add that keyword here. And anything that I have that's an over the shoulder shot, I can just kind of page through here and see if there's anything else that's an OTS. This is sort of an over the shoulder shot. Sure, let's call it that. Oh.
So it's useful.
OTS, like that.
Files. Yeah.
Boop. Now we have these listed as OTS. So I could sort them by keyword, but I can also go to something called a smart bin. Smart bins are like a live filter. It's sort of like a folder that it puts a copy of things into based on whatever you set the smart bin to. And by default, if you click on keywords, it makes a smart bin for every keyword. So I can click on OTS, and that's going to show me just the OTS shots. And you can make keywords for absolutely anything you want. It can be completely custom, which is really neat. There's also these collections here, which will give you some quick things to sort by. For instance, video clips, audio only. And it even has a way with AI where it can kind of sort and categorize things. In fact, let's do that. Let's grab our audio only stuff. Let's just grab all of this here. I'm going to just shift click the end of that, right click, and go down to AI tools, audio classification analyze. This is something that's only available in the paid version. I promised I'd tell you when there's paid version stuff. Any kind of AI stuff is
Makes sense.
pretty much in the paid version. All right.
Paid version, you get an easier time because AI helps you. Is it worth it? It'll probably be, but let's learn the basics.
Right. But what's neat about this is once it analyzes all of that, then I can go and look for clips just with dialogue, clips with just music, clips that are more for effects. And there's also subcategories, and it will try and figure out clips that have things like effects in them, things like a door, things like a dog barking, things like laughter or liquid. Sometimes it does all kinds of weird things, like it thinks there's sheep or pig. There's a toilet flushing sound. It nailed that one. And so that's kind of fun. If you have lots and lots of clips that you want to organize a little bit better, you can use that AI to do that. But again, that's in the paid version, and you don't need to do that. You can always make your own keywords and kind of organize this yourself. You can even right click here and say add smart bin, and you can do kind of a live filter based on all kinds of stuff. So media pool properties, you can even do like things from a certain scene. If the scene contains, scene 4, then that's going to only show scene 4. And if we hit create, then we have the smart bin 1, which we could rename scene 4. And you could have one for each scene. All kinds of stuff you can do with this. This is especially helpful for documentaries and things where you have lots and lots and lots of footage that you need to stay organized with. Things where you have, 20 hours of B-roll. It's great to spend some time before you edit to kind of get this all organized here. And there are a few more things that you could do in the media page, but this is really what I use this for most of the time, is going through and getting organized, logging footage, putting metadata in, and just kind of getting our head around all of the media that's in our project. And I'm going to show you one more cool thing before we get into the edit page. And this is something that you can actually do in the other pages, but is a great thing to do in the media page as well. And that is syncing audio. If we open up our clip and play this back, we have the audio from the camera.
3, 2, 1.
The kids are talking, but you can't really hear them very well because the camera is really far away. Now we had a boom mic here where we were recording some audio so that we can actually hear them, but that recorded to a separate recorder. In fact, if we open up our audio here, this clip 108.
Scene 4, shot 18, take 3.
He said, scene 4, shot 18, take 3. Scene 4, shot 18, take 3.
Scene 4, shot 18, take 3.
So how do we get this audio and this video to sync up? Well, you could actually put them together on a timeline, which I'll show you a little bit on how to do something like that later. But one thing that Resolve can do that's really great is we can take this audio. Let's actually just grab all this audio and throw this into that folder so we have all of the audio and video together. I can take this clip.
All right. Take all of this and then where do I drop it? So now it's together. Right. Oh, okay. So these are the music, obviously, and this is the words.
In this clip, I'm just holding Control, selecting both of these, and I can right click and go up to Audio Sync, Auto Sync Audio.
All right. So Control. Just taking notes. So we want this one, right? Yeah. We want the first, I mean, it's in order, right? Control. And Control. I've clicked. Audio sync. Audio sync. Let's see what else he does.
This is something that is still available in the free version. And we're going to select Synchronize using Waveform, like this, and hit Sync.
Okay, waveform. Sync. It says it's not matching. Okay, so
Also the it's good.
Scene 4, shot 15.
scene 4, shot 15. Oh, okay. And this is
Camera, on audio.
Scene 4, shot 18, take
18. So you would probably do for 18. So we want 418. Do I even have a 418? I thought I had a 418. Am I missing a file? Oh no, it's right here.
Scene 4, shot 18.
So, yeah. Control. Audio sync audio. Waveform. Oh, okay.
Take 3. Take 3.
Maybe it did do it. I don't know.
What that's going to do you just about miss it. But what that's going to do is replace the audio in our video clip with the audio from that mic. So here, camera, rolling audio.
Scene 4.
Oh, you know what I did wrong? I probably clicked the wrong video. So Control Z. Audio. Let's move this back.
Go check it out.
No, you go check it out.
18, take.
Yeah, so I gotta press this first. Then press the audio. And then put audio sync, sync audio, sync. Okay, now let's try it.
3, 2, 1, action.
Go check it out.
No, you go check it out.
Yeah, that's
Fine.
a lot better.
Okay.
Shot 18, take 3.
That still works, but now, go check it out.
No.
Yo, I just realized how OP that is. I mean, for me, it's not gonna be that a problem, but that's insane. You don't know how difficult it actually is to sync audio to clips. Short story. I did this video with a couple friends, and they told me that in the editing, since he used a external audio thing, they ended up using the camera audio because it was just too much trouble to sync it. So this probably just saves them a bunch of time. Me personally, I'll be using this. It's a lavalier mic. It was a pretty affordable one, and I like it because it comes in a box and easy to carry. Probably won't lose it. It is clip-on, not magnet, but it was $10. So beginner, humble beginnings here.
No, you go check it out.
We can actually hear them because we have that good audio switched out. What's cool about this is we can actually select all of our clips. Just shift select all of this, right click, audio sync, auto sync audio, and that's going to go through all of our clips and sync them.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case too. Oh, I'm messing up something here. I'm pretty sure I dragged everything here. Audio sync. What? Which one is that one? A. And of course, no match was found when attempting to align these clips. Let's see what shows up with him.
Them together. So anything that matches with the other one, it's going to replace that audio. Now, some of the clips it didn't really work for, and that's okay. We can worry about
Okay, so it was the same situation. Good.
those later, but for most of them, it worked. So it says clip 20 and clip 19. Let's look at clip 20.
So I recommend when you edit, you have a notebook, because yeah.
And clip 19. And there's not really any audio that we need to hear. There's not any dialogue, so it's really not that big of a deal. But from now on in our project, we'll hear the good audio. Fine. Instead of the on-camera audio. And that's going to make editing a lot easier. In fact, if we want to double check and make sure that things are synced up, we can right click here in this header and find synced audio. And that's going to list the audio right here that it's
Nice. I thought this part was gonna be fast and like kind of pointless, but this is super useful. Actually, most of the editing is this, like organize it and then just paste, I guess. So that's just crazy. This part, honestly, I'm dumbfounded on how useful this all is. Let's see if we can find sync audio. Control F. Does that work here? Of course not. Keywords. Audio. Sample subcategory. Tone. Audio bitrate category. Subcategory. Nope. Oh, found it. Default fields. Save. So we got the video. For some reason, my audio is on top and video's on the bottom, but sync audio. And what happened to all the metadata? I wrote every single one, all the metadata, and now it's gone. All right. Oh, I controlled back. Hey man, I'm not doing that again. But we know. There should be like a forward button. If there's a back button, where's the forward button? I have to the control C. What's the control forward? Does anybody know? All right.
synced up with that clip. Isn't that nice?
Nice.
Such a great feature.
Great.
Next, let's talk about editing. And for that, I'm going to go into the edit page. I'm actually going to skip over the cut page for just a minute. But to switch to the edit page, all I have to do is click on edit, and that'll switch to the edit page, and we're ready to start working on our story. Now, a lot of what you do in Resolve is going to be in the edit page, because you can kind of think of it as like the hub for all of the things that happen in your video. The edit page is where we take all of these clips that we have in our project and we actually put them together in a timeline. The timeline is where we figure out the order of the clips and how long they take and which parts we use. And we're basically building our new edited video with the timeline. It's really all about building a story. And so if we're shooting a scene in a movie about Bill getting a...
Okay, I'm gonna copy that into my notebook. Let me see, what am I looking at? Editing is building a story. All right.
into his car. We can shoot all of the different pieces of this. Bill walking to his car, Bill getting in the car, Bill getting a phone call, Bill opening the door, Bill waving to the neighbor. We can shoot all of these things happening in any order we want, and then choose to change the order in our edit. So Bill opens the door, that's the fourth thing that we shoot, but we're going to put it first in our edit. Bill waving to the neighbor comes next. Bill getting a phone call, Bill walking to the car, and then Bill getting in the car. And so even though we shot this out of order, the order that we're building in our edit is Bill opens the door, Bill waves to the neighbor, Bill gets a phone call, Bill walks to his car, Bill gets in the car. This is the kind of thing that I'm so excited about when it comes to editing, is because what we're doing is we're building a story here. So everything in the edit page is about building that story. And that timeline is going to be where everything in our video lives, and we're going to make more tweaks to it later in these other pages. But for now, kind of keep that in mind, that that's our goal with the edit page. So let's talk about the interface. We are going to have some familiar stuff here, actually. We have these little buttons up here. When we click these and they're white, they open up different panels. And the panel that's open by default over here on the left is our media pool. Now this is exactly like the media pool in the media page. The only difference is instead of it being down here, it's over here to the left. But you can still do all the same things. This is all the media that lives in your project. We still have our bins. We still have our smart bins. We can still look at our media in various different ways. But you can sort of think of this as like your cabinet of ingredients that we're going to use to make our video here. We also have a couple of viewers. This left viewer is called our source viewer. And this right viewer here is called the timeline viewer. What the source viewer is for is if I open up one of these pieces of media, double click on it, I can preview this piece of media. So I can scrub through this and preview this and look all through any kind of media that I have. And you do that just by double clicking on any of these pieces of media. And you can sort of think of this as like picking up something and looking at it. So if you have a snack in your cabinet, you pick it up and you look at it like this, but you haven't actually added it to your plate yet. All you're doing is just kind of previewing it, looking at it. So that's cool. You can double click on any piece of media to load it up here in the viewer. You can also switch this to this second mode right here with this little button. And this is called source tape mode. And what this is it basically takes all of your footage and it loads it all into this source viewer all at once. And it just kind of puts them all together. And so if I scrub through this, I'm scrubbing through this first clip. And if I go to this second part after this little tick mark, I'm scrubbing through the second clip and the third clip and so on. And so I can scrub through all of my clips in my media pool, at least in the bin that I have up here, all at once in one motion. This is great if you're looking for a specific shot visually that you want to lay over something. Makes it really, really quick to be able to find what you need to find. But you might find it less confusing, maybe a little bit easier just to use this first icon here, this first mode where you double click on a piece of media and load it up here in the viewer. Now, once we have a piece of media selected that we like, and we
Guys, I'm taking notes on all of this.
actually want to add that to our video, we want to put that into our edit, what we have to do is add it to a timeline. If the media pool is like our cabinet and our viewer is like picking up a ingredient from that cabinet, then the timeline down here, this is kind of like our plate. So if we want to actually eat something, we're going to put it on our plate. So if we want to add this to our video, I can grab this clip just in the middle. I'm just grabbing it and dragging it down here to our timeline. And that's going to add this clip to our timeline, which is like, putting an apple on our plate. So now we have an active timeline. We have this playhead that goes back and forth. And this is actually going to make the story of our video. Right now, our story is this. If we go all the way to the left and I hit spacebar to play, we have a bunch of black space here. We have an empty space, and then eventually our clip starts. And this is our full clip, not edited. We haven't done anything with this. It's just literally the clip thrown into the timeline. We still have people moving around. We still have the slate, all of that kind of stuff. And so if we were going to export this movie right now, and we were going to put this on YouTube or something, this is exactly what people would see, is 6 seconds of black followed by just this unedited footage that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But we've done something really exciting already. We've put this clip down onto our timeline, which means that we actually have a video in progress now. We could render this out and it will be a video that's different than this clip. So we've done a little bit of magic already. We've created something. Now, it's not very good. It's not very interesting. So we can change that. But all of the magic of building our story happens down here in the timeline. So let's change our story to be a little bit better here. The first thing I want to do is I don't want this.
Okay, I really want to continue. This is all very exciting. And now we're actually getting into the cool stuff. I think we learned that the media page is actually very important. The metadata, organizing the clips is going to be important. I can see that being useful, especially for longer videos that take multiple days to record. You can have it separated and organized by day. If in the future I have better audio quality and then I have to record it on a separate device. I know my friend does that. His name is Carlos. He does that. So I don't know what software he uses. I'm pretty sure he uses Photoshop. I mean, Adobe Pro, whatever, whatever he uses. So this is super useful. I'm glad I'm learning DaVinci. I'm glad that there's a lot of cool stuff for free. I'm glad that in the future, if it gets really, really serious, I can pay for a full version once for $300. That's not that bad. Honestly, probably the course after this is more. I'm guessing it's gonna be like $100 to $200 if I do get it, his paid course. I wonder if he'll let me stream it. Not maybe post it, but I hope he lets me stream it. He'll definitely. I'll stream it anyway. It will probably be copyrighted. But hey, I bought it. I don't know. It won't be as fun if I can't stream it like this with you. But whatever. That's very far into the future. Right now, my goal is to be able to do this from noob to pro. He promises pro, at least intermediate level to professional level after this 5-hour course. And we're 34 minutes in. So yeah, a couple more days, a couple weeks, we'll be professionals. I'm grateful that you watched, and I think that's all for today.
It's black right here. I don't want